Wow! That was shit.
What in the 9 circles makes you think a single denizen of hell would give 2 shits about becoming a...
We interrupt our regular programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of NORAD and the United States government. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. At 3:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the North American Aerospace Defense Command has detected the launch of 50 intercontinental ballistic nuclear missiles from Russia. These missiles are expected to impact in the following cities within the next 30-60 minutes. Boston, Massachusetts, New York City, New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Florida, New Orleans, Louisiana, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Louisville, Kentucky, Columbus, Ohio, Detroit, Michigan, Indianapolis, Indiana, Chicago, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Omaha, Nebraska, Kansas City, Missouri, Wichita, Kansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Houston, Texas, El Paso, Texas, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, Tucson, Arizona, San Diego, California, Los Angeles, California, Long Beach, California, Las Vegas, Nevada, Fresno, California, San Jose, California, San Francisco, California, Oakland, California, Sacramento, California, Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. All residents within a 250-mile radius of these cities are advised to seek a fallout shelter immediately. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear attacks. Prolonged exposure could lead to death. This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means an actual attack against the United States is taking place, and protective action should be taken. Grab items such as enough non-perishable food, water, flashlights, and medical supplies to last at least 2 weeks. Stay tuned for more information on this dangerous situation.
May I speak now?
You may.
Alistair, pleasure to be meeting you, sweetheart. Quite a pleasure. Excuse my sudden visit, but I saw your fiasco on the picture show, and I just couldn't resist. What a performance! Why, I haven't been that entertained since the stock market crash of 1929. So many orphans.
Stop right there! Cabrón, hijo de perra. I know your game. And I'm not gonna let you hurt anyone here, you pompous, cheesy talk show shitlord.
Dear, if I wanted to hurt anyone here, I would have done so already.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow.
Un message en français suivra.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Canadian government. This is not a test. A nuclear attack is occurring against Canada and the United States of America. 6 nuclear missiles have been launched from unknown locations, and are expected to strike Canada and the United States within the next 15 to 25 minutes. Due to the uncertain facts of these missiles, all Canadian residents should seek out a fallout shelter immediately. If members of the Canadian Armed Forces direct you to a fallout shelter, Please follow them for your safety. If no such shelter exists in your area, get as far underground as possible. Stay away from windows. Using everyday household objects, put as many walls and layers between you and the outside world as possible. You should get together a basic survival kit, including a flashlight and a hand-cranked or battery-operated radio for use during your stay in the shelter. Stay tuned to local media for further information. Do not venture outside until it is declared safe to do so. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will be speaking on all stations shortly.
Nous interrompons notre programmation. Ceci est une urgence nationale. Des détails importants vont suivre. Le message suivant est transmis à la demande du gouvernement canadien. La commande nord-américaine de défense aérospatiale a détecté le lancement de 6
Nuclear explosions are caused by weapons such as H-bombs or atom bombs. They are like ordinary explosions, only many times more powerful. They cause great heat and blast. They also make a cloud of deadly dust, which falls slowly to the ground. This is what is called fallout. So these are the two dangers. First, heat and blast, which is followed by fallout. The heat and blast is so severe that it can kill and can destroy buildings for up to 5 miles from the explosion. Fallout is dust that is sucked up from the ground by the explosion. It can be deadly dangerous. It rises high in the air and can be carried by winds for hundreds of miles before falling to the ground. You can protect yourself and your family. And later on, we will show you what steps to take.
We've just had more breaking news that thermonuclear bombs of undetermined strength have exploded at NATO regional military headquarters in Brussels and at a major US military and radar base in Wiesbaden in Germany, resulting in the reported destruction of the city of Mainz and the outskirts of Frankfurt.
This is an emergency broadcast from the BBC. Confirmation of a nuclear attack against this country has been received. Please stand by for further information. This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast from the BBC. Confirmation of a nuclear attack against this country has been received. Please stand by for further information. This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast from the BBC. Confirmation of a nuclear attack against this country has been received. The threat level is extreme, meaning that a major attack is imminent. All airports and motorways have been closed for military use. Non-essential telephone lines have been disconnected. Civilians are advised to stay indoors. Please stand by for further information. This is an emergency broadcast from the BBC. Confirmation of a nuclear attack against this country has been received. The following locations have been identified by radar tracking as primary targets: London, Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, Liverpool, Portsmouth, Glasgow, Belfast, Crewe, Newcastle, Cardiff, Oxford, Sheffield, Plymouth, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Derby, Bradford, Coventry, Folkestone, Swansea, Northampton, Bristol, Preston, Ipswich, Barrow-in-Furness, Leicester, Carlisle, Lancaster, Dover, Perth, Fort William, Faslane, Hull, Southampton, Cambridge, and Newport. All major airports, power stations and military bases across the country have also been identified as primary targets. Civilians are advised to seek immediate shelter in the most secure location in your home. Create an inner refuge if possible by stacking furniture, mattresses or any heavy objects to protect you from the effects of blast and fallout. Stay away from windows and external doors. Turn off all gas appliances, and extinguish any open fires or flames. Gather as much drinking water and food as possible, and store them in your inner refuge. Please stand by for further information. This is an emergency broadcast from the BBC. Confirmation of a nuclear attack against this country has been received. When nuclear impact is imminent, the attack warning red signal will be broadcast. The attack warning red signal will be sounded when nuclear impact is expected to occur within 90 seconds. When you hear the attack warning red signal, seek immediate shelter in your inner refuge, or in the most secure location available to you. Do not go out of doors. If you are caught in the open, lie down. Do not stay in any location where you might be exposed to the direct flash from a nuclear detonation, and do not look at the nuclear flash as this can cause permanent blindness or damage to eyesight. Right now you should focus on collecting water, food and other essentials. Store them in your inner refuge. Collect any medical supplies, clothing and bedding you might need. Bring a battery-powered radio if possible, as this may be the only way of getting information after the primary attack. You will need to remain in your inner refuge for at least 14 days, due to the lethal effects of radioactive fallout. After the main nuclear attack is over, it is unlikely that any rescue or firefighting resources will be available. Radioactive fallout and damage to infrastructure and transportation links will make it difficult for your local civil defense authority to reach you within the first week of an attack. Store your food and water carefully, and use fresh produce first, leaving canned or preserved foods for later. Do not leave your shelter to seek out medical assistance, food or drinking water, as radioactivity levels will be extremely dangerous for at least the first 7 to 10 days. If you have any fatalities as a result of the attack, you should wrap the body as tightly as possible in paper, polythene, sheets or blankets, and move the body to a nearby.
Attack warning red. Attack warning red. Seek immediate shelter. Seek immediate shelter. Attack warning red. Attack warning red.
Please stand by for our broadcast from the National Emergency Warning System. Please stand by for our broadcast from the National Emergency Warning System. Please stand by for our broadcast from the National Emergency Warning System. Please stand by for our broadcast from the National Emergency Warning System.
This is an emergency advice. Information of a possible nuclear strike against this country has been received. The current threat level is emergency advice, meaning an emergency is likely. There is significant risk of damage to life and property. Civilians should stay in their homes. Seek shelter, now. Seek a place of safety, now. Seek shelter, now. Seek a place of safety, now. Ensure you have access to a battery-powered radio for updates and instructions on 531 kHz on the AM band. Updates are also available via www.em.gov.au. If you have a mobile device, turn it on now, then activate Wi-Fi and cellular access. Emergency information will be transmitted to your device where possible. Please do not make phone, mobile or SMS calls as of now. Your network will be needed to broadcast emergency information. Updates will continue to be broadcast via television as they become available. Seek shelter, now. Seek a place of safety, now. Seek shelter, now. Seek a place of safety, now.
Diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and covered, ducked and covered.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
and you
and you
and you, duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover. This is an official civil defense film produced in cooperation with the federal...
Please stand by for our broadcast from the National Emergency Warning System. Please stand by for our broadcast from the National Emergency Warning System. Please stand by for our broadcast from the National Emergency Warning System.
This is an emergency warning. A nuclear attack is in progress against this country. Targets include all capital cities and major regional centers. The current threat level is emergency. This means an emergency is in progress. It is too late to leave your location. Seek shelter where you are now. Impact is expected in the next 3 minutes. For cities in southern states, impacts have been confirmed at the following locations: Darwin, Cairns, Townsville, Alice Springs, Broome, Brisbane. Countermeasures have now been confirmed and launched. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Ensure you are inside your inner refuge and it is secured. Be prepared for the 3 effects of a nuclear explosion: intense light, intense heat, and the blast shockwave. These will blind, burn, and destroy everything within a 10-kilometer radius of the explosion. Fallout is dust and debris generated by the nuclear explosion. Fallout is invisible and may be present in everything external to your shelter. Fallout will cause radiation sickness followed by death. Do not leave your home, shelter, or emergency center. Do not go outside. Do not leave shelter for at least 14 days after the attack. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Ensure you are inside your inner refuge and it is secured. Impacts have now been confirmed at the following locations: Darwin, Cairns, Townsville, Alice Springs, Broome, Brisbane, Pearce, Perth, Swanbourne, Fremantle, Esperance, Adelaide, Hobart, Launceston. Extreme damage to life and property is expected. Essential services such as water, power and sewerage will be disrupted. The road network may be damaged. Phone and internet services will remain disconnected. It is critical you have access to a battery-powered radio for updates and survival instructions on 531 kHz on the AM band. No updates will be available via television or internet after the emergency. Do not leave your home, shelter, or emergency center. Do not go outside. Do not leave shelter for at least 14 days after the attack. Final targets confirmed via incoming missile trajectories. Final targets confirmed as the cities of Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Newcastle, Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. Ensure you are inside your inner refuge and it is secured. This is an emergency warning. A nuclear attack is in progress against this country. Targets include all capital cities and major regional centers. The current threat level is emergency. This means an emergency is in progress. It is too late to leave your location. Seek shelter. Now. Seek a place. Attack in progress. Attack in progress. Attack in progress. Attack in progress.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. For the time being, the nuclear exchange between Russia and the United States has ceased. At this time, the number of injuries and casualties is unknown. All residents of the continental United States and southern Canada should seek out a fallout shelter now. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear weapons, and can kill you within minutes of exposure. An all-clear siren will be heard when it is safe to exit your shelter. The final nuclear missile launched by Russia struck near Ottawa, the capital city of Canada. We are still awaiting further information on that incident.
Well, the government's made a document to help prevent embarrassment, and in the event of an accident, catching us with our trousers down. It's no use to you when you're dead, nor even when alive. And the name of this piece of paper is Protect and Survive. So when the nukes come raining down, it's great to be alive. Well, World War III can be such fun if you protect and survive. Protect and survive. While a nuclear strike can be recognized, it would stand out in a crowd. There's a flash, then a bang, then a blast of heat, then a bloody great mushroom cloud. So if you happen to see one at the end of your street, would you please pick up the telephone and inform your local police? So when the nukes come raining down, it's great to be alive. Well, World War III can be such fun if you protect and survive. Protect and survive. They've got strategic ICBMs, both theatre and tactical, with independently targeted multiple re-entry vehicles, backfire bombers, Polaris subs, cruise missiles, and the boys who hang around the Pentagon can't wait to use these toys. So when the nukes come raining down, it's great to be alive. Well, World War III can be such fun if you protect and survive. Protect and survive. How to give us a 4-minute warning when the rockets are on their way, to give us time to panic and Christians time to pray. So when you hear the sirens going, place your head between your thighs. Whilst maintaining this posture, you can make a final gesture, and with a little muscular pressure, you can kiss your arse goodbye. So when the nukes come raining down, it's great to be alive. Well, World War III can be such fun if you protect and survive. Protect and survive. Protect and